What is going on, YouTube? It is April 12th right now, and my 4-year sobriety date was April 2nd. And it came to me while I was doing an online trivia, because I host trivia at the brewery that I work at, and the date just kind of popped up, and I was like, oh shit, today's my 4-year sober date. And it's super cool that it literally was just going to pass, and I wasn't even going to think about it until someone actually said congratulations that follows me and has found me through here. But it was such a trip. I was sitting right here, not on the same couch. I've gotten a different couch since then, but I was sitting right here when I made that first video 4 years ago, 4 years and 10 days ago. It's such a trip, and I cannot express how much better my life has gotten. And then based off the last video, I will continue to make videos. And my nails are painted because of the coronavirus global pandemic. My girlfriend asked if she could paint my nails, because why not? We're not going anywhere. Pumpkin, get. But that was another part of the reason why I wanted to make the video, is because right now this is a time where a lot of people can kind of hold themselves up and just kind of drink relentlessly inside of their apartments or their houses because you're probably out of work and you're really stressed out and you don't know where the money's coming from. Obviously, if you are laid off, like me, I'm laid off, so I'm on unemployment. Everyone's getting that stimulus, whatever. This isn't forever, so realize the actions that you take now will have consequences once this is lifted, and it will be lifted. This is not the new norm forever. This is super fucking weird, and it's never happened before, Hopefully it never happens again. And it's kind of allowed us to realize what we need to, sorry you guys, I'm going to try to fix that. What we kind of have to do if something like this ever does come around again. But what I implore you to think of is, rather than looking at these 2 or so months, whatever it ends up being, what we have off, think about it as, what could you do with that much time? Granted, you're limited into where you can do, or where you can go and what you can do. But there is so much that you can do within that amount of time. I've been working a lot on my book, which I know I've been saying I've been doing for a long time. And truth be told, I just didn't know how to type for a really long time. It was something I blew off in middle school and then high school. And then as an adult, I just became a hunt and pecker. And it's really hard to write or to, hunt and peck at what you're thinking. So I sat down and I forced myself how to learn how to type. And I've been writing short stories and becoming much more fluent with that now. So now I can actually type, and now my work on my book has been going by a lot quicker. So that's something I've been focusing on, and things that you always say that you never have the time to do. I've reorganized pretty much everything that I've ever wanted to get to reorganize here. But even with cooking different things, the home workouts have been really challenging because I don't have a gym to have access to, which is so important to me. And I really can't wait to get back into the gym when all this blows over. But I just want you guys to know that this is not the time to, feel sorry for ourselves, because we're all going through this. And if you're lucky enough just to be, still working would be amazing, but lucky enough to just be laid off and at home and just have all this time, you're not one of the few. I mean, the majority of the people in the world are not going to get this. And even though it is a minority, it's a big minority. A lot of people have died from this. So if you're lucky enough to not be sick with that or potentially dying from this, you got to really look at it for what it is. And that this is the worst that it is that you have to stay at home and potentially work on yourself. And it's how you take everything and look at it in a positive light. You can look at this as fuck, how am I going to pay my bills? The world is going to have to understand that they can't assume that everyone has 3 months of a global disaster relief fund just sitting in their bank account. The world knows that. I've already called a couple of my financial institutions, and I'm just put that payment over to the next month, or tack it on the end of the loan or whatever, because... and it was no problem at all. If it was kind of like how I dealt with the tax thing, if you just let something build up in your mind, it can kind of turn into something that it's not. And so I just called And I was like, is there any way I can tack this payment onto the end of that? And they're like, yeah, I did that with my car payment and a loan payment. I may do it one more time. I don't foresee this going past May. That would suck. But even then, we would all still figure it out. But yeah, so I just wanted to kind of reach out and let you guys know that I am thinking of you guys, and I'm on the horizon to get better equipment. Speaking of, this guy reached out to me, and they run this. It's called Barcroft Studios, and they do documentaries, kind of like these glow ups on people. And they're going to be doing a little documentary short on me, which is super cool. And I'm really stoked, and I'm happy about it. I'm proud about it, proud of it. And so I'll let you guys know when that's coming out soon. As soon as I know more, I'll let you guys know. But I know that it's Barcroft, Barcroft, Barcroft Studios, and I'm super excited. Go check them out. Look at the other thing. There's some stories on there that are mind blowing, and it kind of puts everything into perspective. I definitely watched a couple on there that I was like, wow, like I don't even feel like I should be here because these people went through so much, and still had such a positive mindset. So it's very humbling. It's awesome. And yeah, man, 4 years sober. You guys, a lot of you have been watching me from that first day, so it's kind of a trip to see me sitting here now the way that I am now, back to that first day, and it feels like a totally different life, and it just doesn't even feel like me, like that was me, but it was, and you can never take away the coolest part about that version of yourself when you first got sober is that really fucked up version of you got you here, was able to weather the storm and get you here. And that's because I feel like if I had to do anything now, I can do it because I am who I am now. But that fucked up, still half drunk version of myself made the decision to stop drinking and stuck with it and got me here. And so for that, I'm very grateful of drunk Kyle and for living a life that has put everything into perspective for me, Another thing that you can do during this crisis is I'm sure there's a lot of people in your phone that you haven't called and talked to. If you've already done that, good for you, but I know that there were plenty of people on my phone that I'm like, I never drop a line to this person. So I'm going to call and I'm going to talk to them. And I'm glad I have. And I think the last thing I want to say is, what if you could make some new positive changes right now? Which one of those can carry with you post-pandemic, into this new world? And I hope you guys weren't part of the group that was running around elbowing people to buy toilet paper, because that shit is fucking crazy, man. You do not need to panic buy stuff. The stores have not shut down. We make all of our own fucking toilet paper here. And then all of a sudden, everyone knows how to bake bread. But anyway, not going there. Not going off on a rant. Trying to keep this one a little shorter, a little more sweet. I have just an awesome day planned with my lady. And just going to enjoy this time off for what it is, man. Look at it. Most likely this will never happen again in our lifetimes, where the whole world just stops for a couple months and you realize how actually interconnected we are, and fucking thank God for the internet. Oh my God, I've still felt very connected with many people. So anyway, I hope you guys are safe. I know this video was just me kind of rambling. I do want to make more content and make higher quality videos. Once again, this is on my fucking laptop, so I hope the sound and video is bearable. And I really do appreciate all the support you guys gave me in that last video, and the way of thinking, how people have said that, like, even though you feel removed from the cravings and the urges, that's something that we want to hear about, and that warms my heart. That makes me really happy that there's this collection of people out there that value the things that I say and my thoughts and opinions. So I appreciate you guys very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much, you guys. And I will see you soon with not such a rambling kind of monologue. But anyway, thank you very much, you guys. Stay safe out there. Wash your fucking hands and let your girlfriends paint your fingernails. As always, stay sober.